Right, just very quickly wanted to say I'm doing this in the wrong order. I've made a 2-hour video explaining everything that happened after the last video, and that 2-hour video explains goes into everything that's happened since Tuesday. It's the early hours of Saturday now, but I made that video. When did I make it? Was it Wednesday? When was I released? Wednesday. I was released Wednesday. Oh, I think I made it on the Thursday. Yeah, it was on the Thursday because I went to warming up the homeless. But basically, watch that 2-hour video because basically they gave three different reasons why they arrested me. It was horrific. I explained in detail in the 2-hour video how after that interaction, as you can see, there's no breach of the peace. There's an evidence of a lie from that thug before I knew he was a thug. Those perverts, Sergeant Bothwell, CB925, because he and a sort of oriental-looking man, officer, attended at Whitley Road. Now, Sergeant Bothwell, that was PC MOUFFALLI, EB059, and Sergeant Bothwell, CB925. Sergeant, go back to the last video of those two officers, and Sergeant Bothwell, CB925, look at the description and click on the point at 21:16 where he is saying, words to the effect, I don't know, I wasn't there. It's a blatant lie. He was there. I've got video evidence of him and he knows he's scared because I've got evidence of. This is the first time I don't have a smartphone, but I used my laptop. Go back to the video on my YouTube channel where he's in my room at Whitley Road. You can see evidence of the assault from the RATTON school teacher where I'm holding my laptop and she pushes me in the back at the top of the stairs. He was the one, Sergeant Bothwell. He was the one who took evidence of that assault. What did he do with that evidence? Nothing. And she went on, she ignored PC Wright, EB411's caution. And I have evidence of PC Wright, EB411, saying that if I feel the need to film for my safety, it's my form of CCTV. What did they do with the evidence? Because she then went on to attack me and my partner. She called my partner a CUNT. We were having a cup of tea in the lounge, and that school teacher was never once arrested. They said it was a civil matter. Really? Because I then got 1.7 thousand views prior to that. I think it was prior to that. A police officer, 1.7 thousand views. PC, was it AE or E001? It was either AE or AEO001. This police officer who turned up to say the school teacher didn't want to write me a note, and then she turned funny, and then she turned nastier and nastier and nastier, and that landlady should be in prison, and had I had the committal papers on the 8th of August, she'd be in prison. So Sergeant Bothwell has now lied in that video saying I wasn't there. As you can see, the evidence is there on YouTube of his lies. He never investigated the school teacher, but what he went on to do after that video is horrific. And I've spent 2 hours in a video that I'm going to post after this video explaining what happened. They grabbed me, my that cardigan that I was wearing had no buttons. It flew open. My breasts were exposed. These two men, thugs, I should say, they're not men, they're boys, they're little boys. They're grabbing me. My breasts are open. My partner's come into the house. I'm trying to, believe me, I'm having to stay as calm as I can. You imagine that being, well, anyway, as I said, that lovely black guy, that taxi driver said how disgusting that was. He said, if that happened to a man half naked, with a naked chest, that would be bad for a man with a naked chest in your home. But the fact that you're a woman with bare chest, with breasts, terrible, disgusting. So anyway, I'm going to get that taxi driver's name because he's a really nice guy. But anyway, but as I said, I've got a 2-hour video where I'm just explaining everything that happened after that incident. But as I said, Sergeant Bothwell, CB925. And I bet before he turned up, I bet he said to PC, it's MOUFFALLI, not MOUFFALLI. It's MOUFFALLI. It's MOUFFALLI. The call handler, and I've made a video of that phone call, she said MOUFFALLI, he said MOUFFALLI. Well, he was the one who they looked tearful. Is it because they feel bad for you, or because they're scared, because they know they've got to lie? They know they've got to lie. Well, I've caught your lies out, Sergeant Bothwell. But you've got some worse. That PC McCarthy was a horrific thug. Horrific. But as that black guy, that taxi driver said, the shame is on you. I kept saying, the shame is on you. My hair went down, some of my hair went down into my mouth. I was choking on it. I was actually quite frightened. I thought I was going to choke. I almost vomited on my own hair. I was choking on my hair. They got me, they had the police van. I had my knickers showing, my breasts were out. Because they were handcuffing me and I was falling on the ground, they were trying to put a jumper over me. I'm a grown adult. Don't you dare come into... You perverts. Those two perverts. They were trying to put a jumper over me. I fell on my bottom on the wet road. I slipped on my bottom. My partner was not being forceful enough. He was saying, look, what are you doing? You know, he wasn't like, he's not, I don't mean this rudely about my partner, but he wasn't like saying to them, stop this, what are you doing? Because Sergeant Bothwell had the nerve to tell Darren, my partner, to back off. And I was thinking, why is Darren not telling them to get off me? I mean, he didn't say anything when the school teacher, Tenant Dion, called him a CUNT. It's on YouTube. Sergeant Bothwell took evidence of Dion, the school teacher tenant, pushing me in the back. He didn't arrest her, even though she went on to, as you can see, evidence of RATTON school teacher, something or other, harassing me and my partner. Darren's on the phone to 101 and they're saying it's a civil matter. And yet all of a sudden, it's kindergarten stuff. They're troublemakers. These women are like the police. They're like the politicians. They're all demented. Anyway, but I'm going to make sure they're going to end up like this 85-year-old retired matron landlady. They go backwards. They don't go forwards. They go backwards. But that's their choice. They're utterly, I've never known so much. But anyway, as I said, the evidence of the lie is there. Oh yes, something I forgot to say in my 2-hour video, which I'm going to post next, which is the duty solicitor, because they really tortured me all night long. They're switching off the intercom. They're threatening me with court. I didn't explain, but the next video, the 2-hour video, will explain what happened. But they basically arrested me on 3 different charges, and in the end, the fourth allegation, in the end, after torturing me all night long in the cell and switching off the intercom, they decided, wait for it, that they're charging me, they want to charge me with misgendering basically loving my sister, but because I misgendered her. So I sat with her. Really, if my sister really is behind this, she's not that brain damaged that she doesn't know what she's doing. I was crying for her. I put my arms around her and I said, I love you. Basically, her support workers obviously got some input here. She was the one who actually swore at me in Wetherspoons because I wouldn't call my sister a man. I said, you're being unprofessional and I'll report you to adult social care. My sister was happy with this, yet my transgender sister never once told me to leave her alone. So that the responsibility was on her for that. So, yes, I do love my transgender sister no matter what, but I'm not going to be abused by her, regardless of whether she's brain damaged or not, because me and my partner were going to go and leave a card and flowers for her at my late mother's flat. I have now been threatened, wait for it, with prison should I so much as go anywhere near my late mother's flat. And yet she's going to take action against Humphrey and Co. to stay in my late mother's flat. I'm happy for her to live there. But now I'm being released on bail. Yes, bail. These words are not in my vocabulary. Listen to my 2-hour video, then listen to what I go on to say, because that woman from Eastbourne Lettings, that horrible woman from Warming Up the Homeless, horrible. It was the woman from Eastbourne Lettings who saw me on the seafront in these clothes that they give you in the police cell. She's been in the police cell. She knows. She's worn this stuff. We've all been arrested in this country just for having freedom of speech. And she said to me, don't go and do yourself harm. They're afraid of you because you speak the truth. You're strong and all of that. So, and that's Eastbourne Lettings. That letting agent treated me very badly. That was the agent I was with when I couldn't cope in the flat after my mother died. Anyway, so there we go. Because the other staff there were horrible, but she wasn't. She no longer works for them. But there we go. So, Sergeant Bothwell, CB925. I've got evidence of you lying to me. What did you do with the evidence that's on YouTube where you're taking the video? There's evidence of you. I've filmed you taking evidence of the assault from the school teacher Tenant. What did you do with that? And why did you not arrest her when I filmed PC Wright saying that if she ignored the caution, one of us would have to be removed? One of us would have to be removed. That never happened. But now since Sergeant Bothwell CB925 has left nasty bruises on me and a bruise on my bottom, a purple bruise on my buttock where I slipped on the road, and I'm not going to show you my bare buttock. I've also got a little bruise here, I think. Have I? Yes, there's a bruise there as well. Thank you, Sergeant Bothwell. Yeah, so that's Sergeant Bothwell, CB925. You can see in the previous video, he's the clean-shaven one, and he was the one who turned up to take evidence of what the school teacher Tenant did to me, but they never arrested the landlady who is facing prison. So, there we go. And just a little side note, if you want to have a laugh. I forgot to say this in the 2-hour video that I'm going to post. The duty solicitor, PC Scott, sorry, start again. The duty solicitor, because they put me through absolute hell. I'm filming this in the early hours of Saturday morning, the 5th of October, but the next video is, when did I film it? Was it Thursday or Friday? Yeah, so just wanted to say that the duty solicitor, she gave me a slight smirk when I said PC Scott Franklin Lester Senior, and she went, well, it was more of a smile than a smirk. She went and sort of gave me a knowing look. I said, oh yes, you know that he likes bullying the vulnerable. Even that vile creature that threatened to punch me in the face, the one with the walking stick, she said, he likes to bully the vulnerable. Yeah. But he protects people like her. And she said she's friends, she knows the one that threatened to beat me senseless, the one that he was meant to be investigating but protected and tried to get me in prison for going up Beachy Head suicidal, and the legal ombudsman tried to get me compensation for that. So yes, they've made this, my entire existence now revolves, all these attention seekers, these narcissists, you're all getting it. The UK police are known as NPDs. If you look on YouTube, you'll see loads of videos made about the UK police, NPDs, narcissistic personality disorder. You're getting the attention that you crave. I've got so many problems that I need to sort out, but because you lot have created so many problems, you just all need to be in nappies. Anyway, PC Scott Franklin Lester Senior, with all his medals, has now apparently retired. Well done with all your medals, PC Scott Franklin Lester Senior. Trying to get a vulnerable woman in prison for going up Beachy Head suicidal and pushing me. And I'm still feeling suicidal, but my 2-hour video will tell you how they forced me to see the mental health team after they made me homeless. I've got a leaking toilet, a toilet leaking onto the floor in this hotel room, and loads of bin bags and suitcases. And yet, the council haven't done what the law courts told them to do, because the District Judge Harper told me to go to the local MP and Josh hasn't even bothered to reply. In the meantime, I'm trying not to kill myself, but I've got to let this solicitor that's a little bit intimidating know about what's just happened to me. And I'm on bail until the 30th of December. For saying my sister is my sister and loving her. Basically, yes, my late mother would be 86. They'd be putting her in prison for saying that she has a daughter and not a son. Anyway, yes. Anyway, I'm trying very hard, but the 2-hour video will explain everything, because I've had a new revelation come through from my eldest sister. Their lies will get them. They crave me, they need me, but they use and abuse me. And that's not going to happen. I will love my sisters no matter what. I will love my partner no matter what. But if they're lying to me, if they are abusing me, and that goes for anyone, I feel sorry for you, because you need me. I may not need you. I don't need anyone. I need support and I need love, but I'm not going to be abused. So, yeah, there we are. So, just watch my 2-hour video and it will explain exactly what happened after the incident with those 2 police thugs, PC MOUFFALLI and Sergeant Bothwell. And as I said, this video is just to explain that basically I've caught Sergeant Bothwell out Maybe I can put a link in the description to show evidence of where he took evidence of that school teacher shoving me in the back and him and his colleague in my room. And then her subsequent ignoring PC rights caution and going on to harass me and my partner. Because it's there.